Is this the end? मार्केट खत्म हो गई है क्या? लोग पागल हो रहे हैं dude, कि कैसे? I mean, they are crying, मतलब crying, and even it was not कि people were not expecting this. All these KOLs were posting for the past week कि market नीचे जा रही है, नीचे जा रही है, नीचे जा रही है. अब नीचे जा रही है तो they can't believe it कि ओ नीचे जा रही है, कि ओ ये कैसे?
रिश्ते में तो हम तुम्हारे बाप होते हैं.
All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Bops of Crypto podcast number 15. I have Narkundi, Crypto Daddy, and Realist. गुरुजी नहीं है हमारे साथ, मतलब कि हैं, जिंदा हैं, बट जस्ट आज पॉडकास्ट पे नहीं है.
उसका फेवरेट ट्वीट नहीं आया अभी तक. सो
Yes.
कल रात के प्राइस एक्शन के बाद
कल-
गुरुजी की
Yes.
रूह निकल गई थी ऑलमोस्ट बॉडी से, उनको खींच के लाना पड़ा वहां पर. His soul almost left his body.
Is this the end? मार्केट खत्म हो गई है क्या? लोग पागल हो रहे हैं dude, कि कैसे? I mean, they are crying, मतलब crying, and even it was not कि people were not expecting this. All these KOLs were posting for the past week कि market नीचे जा रही है, नीचे जा रही है, नीचे जा रही है. अब नीचे जा रही है तो they can't believe it कि ओ नीचे जा रही है, कि ओ ये कैसे हो गया? This is
वो एंटिसिपेशन ये थी ना कि गवर्नमेंट खुलेगी तो मार्केट शुड मूव अप, बट व्हाट हैपेंड वाज जैसी गवर्नमेंट खुली तो नॉट जस्ट मार्केट, इवन योर Nasdaq and your S&P sort of took a hit yesterday. I don't know what happened, but they all sort of took a hit.
Yes. तो वही हो रहा है. चलो स्क्रीन शेयर करता हूँ मैं. नरकुंडी ऐड कर दे भाई. चलो. So BTC is now firmly below its 50-week moving average. It has to close. Yeah, if it closes below this yellow line, जो मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूँ, ladies and gentlemen, if it closes this, if it does 2 weekly closes below this, so there is a more than high probability we're going to see a lot more downside. कि जनरली अगर 2 वीक से ज्यादा, अगर आप पिछले पूरे उसमें भी देख लो, 2 वीक से ज्यादा कहीं पे भी क्लोज होता है, ये पूरे साइकिल में अगर देखो तो ये इट मेंटेन्स दिस 50 मूविंग एवरेज. अगर विक करके ऊपर आ जाए तो ठीक है, बट इफ इट डज वीकली क्लोजेस बिलो दिस, so there is like a lot deeper correction. That is what the charts are telling us. But again, caveat ये है कि this market is not as इतना डेटा नहीं है जितना ट्रेडिशनल मार्केट्स में है. So and cycles can always change, but still.
What is the price? BTC price right now, what is it?
BTC is at 94,858 as of now. So
Very nice.
Yeah. तो तारा वापस आ गई है. एंड कुछ और करने से पहले मैं तारा का दिखा
तारा आई थिंक इज स्टिल ऑन लीव. कैसी की मैंने
नहीं तारा
भी
bullish या bearish?
Yes. Hey guys, good morning.
She is bullish and bearish both.
चलो. तो तारा 3-4 दिन से छुट्टी पे थी. कोइंसिडेंटली उसी टाइम पे जब बीटीसी वाज मूविंग इन द ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन, एंड फिर अभी कल 2 दिन से जब नीचे जाने लगा तो आ गई है. एंड शी इज लाइक कि almost done with the correction and fast approaching our target fib at 94.1k. So she's very happy. कैसी इतनी हैप्पी नहीं होगी कि XRP जो है इट्स स्टिल मेंटेनिंग प्राइस एट 2.2. हर टारगेट वाज 2 और 1.80.
ब्रो अभी थोड़ी देर पहले XRP ने तूने देखा उसने एक एकदम जंप मारा था. फॉर सम रीजन इट हैड अ मैसिव ग्रीन विक. आई डोंट नो व्हाई. No,
it's not. It does not have. BTC moves a little bit. ETH
and then it
moves a
just
little bit,
rallies forward.
and XRP like moves a lot. There's a lot of like I think accumulation happening in XRP right now. Even alts. So what I'm seeing is like BTC is moving lower at a much faster pace than alts. And उसकी वजह से, and you can see that you can see it's reflecting in your alt BTC chart also.
Oh, by the way,
going up. Yeah.
By the way, did you see the Zcash chart today?
नहीं, कहाँ गया? Where
Sitting
did
at 5. Look at it. Look at it.
Wait, let me search.
It's one of those days I say, yo.
Zcash क्या है? ZEC. ZEC, right?
Yeah. ZEC is ready to pump.
ZEC is like in a actual bull market.
Oh wow.
Open the 15-minute chart.
15-minute chart.
Or the 1 hour chart, whatever you want to see.
मुझे 1 hour पसंद नहीं actually. I know a lot of people like
Too
that,
long?
but no, I like the. देखना है तो 4 hour देखो.
At
हो रहा
least.
देखो
4 hour chart तेरा.
there
हाँ,
you
ये
go
देखो ये.
huh?
Yes, absolute nice. तो एटलीस्ट
yeah
750 तक तो वापस जा ही रहा है.
reclaim कर
It
सकता
is
है
forming
हाँ
like a
exactly
it is forming like a W, so it should go up. Not that that is a thing, but like yeah, some of us day
like you know
traders
those are the panel
consider
those are
love
the
love
patterns we
chart.
look at right
Yeah, love chart patterns, and sometimes they work,
Nice.
sometimes they don't. But yes,
yeah
ठीक
but
है.
yeah so this is pretty much ready I mean I
Mm,
think this is going to blow up again this is
yes.
not
Yeah.
financial
So
advice
again,
just one of those things
yeah,
that I look into
yeah. Again, obviously, death cross is here. One of Guruji's favorite indicators. कि
Yeah, but the
death
death
cross
cross always marks a bottom, as per Benjamin Cohen.
no. So
the
it
death
marks
cross
a
marks the
not
start of
not
there
not in
No,
post halving, not in
death
post
cross
halving
is
years,
death
not in
cross
post halving
is
years. Every
like even
every
in post
time
halving
else.
years.
नहीं नहीं
Even in
तो
post, like yeah, because even in post halving years, what he's saying is it at least marks a temporary reversal because crypto daddy
yeah
you need to
yeah
realize that death cross is a lagging indicator. So
hmm.
death cross is saying what has happened in the past couple of days and weeks. It's not telling you what's happening today.
But what's the averages he's using here? 50
नहीं
we
so
can?
I think it's 50
200
and 20.
20 20
50 and
20, yeah,
20
50 and 20. 50
20
and
yeah
20, I think, is what he uses. So as per COVID,
hmm.
so again, this could not be a like a reversal, but it marks like a local bottom.
Local bottom, yes, yes.
Local bottom, yeah.
नहीं तो basically what it signifies, what they're saying is कि it marks कि तेरा ये बेयर मार्क तेरा साइकिल टॉप भी नहीं लगा, मतलब कि जैसे पिछली बार क्या था कि 64K पे 64K जब पहली बार टच किया था उसके बाद नीचे आया था तो तेरा डेथ क्रॉस लगा था, तो इट मार्क की चल यही तेरा इसी के आसपास तेरा टॉप होगा. तो देन इट जस्ट वेंट टू 69 एंड देन इट जस्ट केम बैक डाउन. तो
came
तेरा ये
back yeah
मिड या तो मिड साइकिल जो नहीं होता, मिड साइकिल डंप होता है तेरा बेसिकली.
Yeah.
ठीक है. Next, oh yeah, stock market पे the Hindenburg Omen has been triggered,
Oh,
yeah
and
I heard about this too
that is an indicator that correctly detected the 1987 and 2008 stock market crashes,
Oh,
and has been triggered for the fifth time over the last month.
so we've been ignoring the past four
Yeah,
yeah.
alerts?
Everyone
Best?
like fuck this shit.
Only
yeah,
up.
yeah. तो 5 बार ट्रिगर हो चुका है Hindenburg Omen,
Good
but
to
अभी
know.
तक yeah, तो किसी ने ध्यान नहीं दिया था. Everyone was
Obviously.
like, yeah, perma bull, right?
Jaga.
People जाएगा जाएगा. यस, तो मैंने ना गूगल भी किया था कि व्हाट इज हिंडनबर्ग ओमेन, तो वो भी है, अगर तुमको चाहिए तो पढ़ दूंगा तुम्हारे लिए, बट यू कैन डू इट ऑन योर ओन टाइम.
put the
ठीक है
link
भाई.
in the description
यस.
Link in
नाउ
bio.
लेट मी ब्रिंग फोकस यू टू माइक्रो स्ट्रैटेजी. सो
oh
आज
yes
आज आज मार्केट में बहुत बहुत रूमर थी कि
अच्छा.
माइक्रो स्ट्रैटेजी हैज बीन सेलिंग देयर बीटीसी बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली इफ यू सी दिस चार्ट their stock has been crashing, like it's more than 50% down, right? It's
Yeah.
at 208 right now,
650 to
and
the
yeah, 650 tak gaya tha, so
no,
it's like
500. 500.
yeah, it's pretty much crashing.
Oof.
And so people started looking at their wallets and वो क्या कर रहे हैं. So there's like a huge rumor कि they're selling और उसके बाद like लोग पागल हो गए. But I checked their wallets, they're not selling. What they did
they
was
are
they were
redistributing
transferring,
yeah
yeah,
yeah
distributing to which they normally do, like कि बहुत दिन तक एक wallet में hold करके नहीं रखते, कि they keep like transferring it to other wallets. But an interesting fact that I saw today about them, कि for the first time ever MicroStrategy is below 1 nav.
yeah
जो
Oh, okay.
yes, so basically जो उनकी holdings हैं और वो जो है बाय प्राइस से नीचे गिर गई है. एंड दिस इज दैट चार्ट. तो क्या लगता है आपको दोस्तों इस बारे में? विल
Michael Saylor should pray to all his gods BTC does not go hang further down because if it
या
does, he's going to be into serious trouble, bro.
But
What
I
बट
about
don't
the
know how
liquidation
will he be
point?
in serious because how does a DAT be in because not that the people who are sort of investing because he sold his stock saying that I'm going to be holding BTC with this, right? So you buy
या
my stock, right? So when you buy a share in a company, you can't just go and redeem your share, right? So if I buy an Apple stock, I can't go to Apple saying that, hey, I bought $100 of your stock. Now give me $100 from your balance sheet back to me. It's not that. I'm going to sell that Apple stock to somebody else by the end of the day, right? Who
Yeah.
feels that the Apple stock is undervalued right now? So in his case, because I think he ended up sort of creating a whole sort of structured products. And
Yes.
I know I remember reading this initially that you cannot he cannot afford the price to go below this particular price point. But I don't see how, like, for example, like even when you own like an ETF, right? So if I say own a gold ETF, I can't go to the gold ETF company saying that, hey, you know what? Sell the gold that you have and return back my money. That's not how it works, because it's not issuance and redemption, unlike stable coins. It's essentially you're trading the product. So if I have an ETF that I'm trading, which is worth $100, and that $100 price point is because it's mimicking a certain price, if I dump that ETF, right? So let's say the price of the underlying asset is going down. So
Yes.
I will also keep on selling the ETF because there is an arbitrage opportunity, because the ETF is currently higher priced than what the underlying asset is priced
Asset.
at. And the ETF is not moving up and down in value just because the underlying asset price is moving up and down in value. It's moving up and down in value because people are speculating on its price.
You
The
on the
buy sell order is determining its price.
yes.
So I don't see how it's a risk for Michael Saylor, because that again, that's just my opinion, because he never told anybody that, you know what, I will redeem the BTC and give it to you. So technically what people have done is they funded a company to just hold on a lot of BTC, and they're speculating on the price of that company, saying that its balance sheet is BTC. Now I will now speculate on this price. It's basically a leverage trading product. That's what a stock is.
It
So
may
That's the
be
point of
it.
it.
I think
I have
it may be
I think
so.
I have
Yeah.
the not the solution, but what my perception is. Okay, you're right. It's the people are putting money in based on the speculative price of the stock, because he keeps buying BTC, and the idea is because BTC is going to go higher, his stock price is going to go higher, and eventually that's going to make us money, right? But the reason why people get so scared about BTC price going lower than its liquidation point is, again, because it's speculative, right? So let's suppose
There is
BTC
no
does
liquidation
go.
point. There is no
No, there
liquidation
is
point.
75K का liquidation है ना उसके BTC का.
No. Why would there be a liquidation point?
यार मुझे
DATs don't have
I
liquidation
Because
points.
as far
I
as
don't
I,
think.
but yeah, you're right also, because I think he's just buying BTC. He's not trading leverage on it, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
This is a
Yeah.
misconception which was there in the market.
Ah,
Again, that's
yes,
what
yes,
I
yes,
think.
yes,
That's
yes,
what I
yes.
think. Again, that's what I
It
think.
it
That's what
may
I
be
think.
so that
But
he must initially he must have borrowed from the banks and
So
उसने
he's
अपने
putting the
shares
equity as collateral.
equity collateral रख के बैंक से
equity
borrow
collateral, exactly. That's what I
करके
was coming to.
initial he must have bought BTC,
Yeah, yeah.
and
That is what I was coming to. Yes.
Yes.
that might have
And
happened.
but he's been closing a lot of those trades as well, because he's been
Yeah.
churning out profit from this cash carry trade, because he's been
Mm.
closing a lot of his leveraged trade positions as well, from what I
Mm.
gather. But
ठीक
yeah,
है
but
भाई.
yeah. So that is the price. That is the thing, that he is doing basically a cash carry trade, which
Yeah.
is why that is the point of concern. Not that he has to
Yeah.
return sort of his supply. So people are worried that he's selling
मार्केट का पैसा नहीं
BTC.
करना, पर बैंक्स जो इंस्टीट्यूशन से उसने उठाया
Yeah,
होगा,
yeah,
मे
yeah,
बी
yeah, yeah.
प्रोबेबली. Yeah.
Like last 1 month, when BTC is down 15%, MicroStrategy is down 30%.
Yeah, that's
Again,
because it's
what he
supposed
was
to mimic that price. Yeah,
speculative
which
price
was the ATF
fall रही
future.
है.
Yeah.
It's okay. हाँ,
Yeah.
this is expected.
Got it. ठीक है भाई. हाँ, इंडिया के लिए बहुत ही अच्छी खबर. Coinbase is seeking now CCI approval to buy a minority stake in CoinDCX. So
Interesting.
Ooh.
yeah, they're coming to India. So I'm guessing obviously a lot of them, but they see the value in acquiring an existing one rather than bringing their own, which makes sense because
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, of course.
CoinDCX has like a big user base and stuff. और इन इससे क्या होगा कि CoinDCX वालों के भी a lot of liquidity problems would get solved, because I was seeing CoinDCX. It's not really that easy to offload like big sort of positions on CoinDCX. बहुत चीजों पे वॉल्यूम नहीं रहती है. ठीक है भाई. Good news, Tony. XRP ETF is live, bro.
Yeah, bro.
What?
Whoa. Yeah, Canary Capital. कल रात में हुआ.
Canary Capital. Yeah.
Canary Capital, and I think Bitwise also. So
Yep. Bitwise, I think, will go live tomorrow or
Achha,
Monday. It hasn't gone live as yet.
got it. So yeah, I mean bullish news for all XRP maxis, and but every
Woo,
time,
woo.
but one caveat, every time basically asset has introduced an ETF like BTC or E,
20% drawdown, bro, for sure.
there has been a 20% drop after
Yep,
that.
yep,
So
yep.
just keep that in
That's
mind.
to
Yeah,
keep in mind. Yeah, and I think this
yeah,
whole month is going to be like this ETF going live. So they have multiple dates of different ETFs going live all the way till November and December beginning, right? So I think, and that is why I would not trade XRP right now at this point in time, because there is a lot of volatility there. Plus, I don't know if it's going to be a 20% drawdown. I mean, if you look
mm,
at BTC's move all the way from 104 to now 94, and if you look at XRP, it hasn't really taken a hit that way. It has
yeah. It's
sort
still
of
holding.
maintained it's holding its price point. So uska support I think is at 2.2, and it's holding that support pretty strongly for now. So let's see.
See,
And I
you
think
have to
the reason why
understand.
its support is holding is because of the sell the news of all the ETS and everything. Once the ETS go live and those and that 20% drawdown starts, we might see 1.8, 1.6 again. So I don't know. So I'm going to be careful in trading XRP right now.
यार ये जो ईटीएफ्स होते हैं, मैं याद है अपन जब ईटीएफ्स के बारे में बात कर रहे थे, मैं एक चीज लाइक समझना, आई वांटेड टू आस्क यू गाइस कि जो ये ईटीएफ वाले बेसिकली जो बायर्स हैं, आर दे डूइंग लाइक ओटीसी डील्स और आर दे परचेजिंग फ्रॉम द मार्केट, लाइक हाउ डज इट currently for BTC we know ki they were doing like OTC deals from
That
miners
was
and everyone.
probably
Yeah,
that was
initially
probably yeah in the beginning. I
beginning,
don't
yeah, in the
think that's
beginning.
probably the
So,
case right
but
now. I don't think so.
but XRP के लिए, like obviously this is also the
Exchange.
beginning, right?
But
So
there
are
are
they,
also buys happening on the exchanges. So I was looking at this report where they
Yeah.
were showing that the volumes of XRP on the exchanges is actually dropping because the ETF guys have been accumulating. So and that is what one of the reasons people speculate कि because volumes गिर जाएंगे exchange पे, so you will have price surge because of load availability and so forth. वो demand and supply run करते हैं उस पे. So I think. But yeah, they'll buy it from the exchanges.
they buy it from the exchanges.
Unless वो जो अभी recently वो $1 billion investment हुई थी into XRP where XRP
Or
ended up giving tokens from their um क्या था वो उसका
treasury.
Exactly.
they had treasury,
Tre-
yeah, not the
Yeah,
treasury, they have like that
yeah, they
like
have like a, yeah, sort of.
yeah, repository sort of thing जहाँ पे they hold, right? So they gave it out from there. So unless XRP start doing that, then it's a different case, but I don't know.
Hmm. Got it. ठीक है भाई. Yeah, Kalshi prediction market surpasses 16 billion in all-time volume as liquidity and activity. So they basically the US version of Polymarket. Is Polymarket also US? नहीं ना? They're registered somewhere else. But I'm guessing Kalshi is
No
the
idea.
US. Kalshi is the US registered one.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think
So
so. Yeah.
yeah, ठीक है भाई. Oh yeah, कल हम माइका के बारे में बात कर रहे थे. Aave just secured a MICA approval in EU. Their push fiat to crypto service will offer zero free stablecoin ramps. So that is what we were talking कि यहाँ पे इतना आसान है fiat to stablecoin, fiat to crypto and crypto to fiat. So I'm guessing कि other countries are now also working on that.
Yeah, but again, माइका पे कल एक और भी न्यूज मैंने देखी थी
Hmm.
where they are saying that so any crypto transfer or move from whether it's a custodian wallet or an exchange wallet has to be it has to be noted somewhere or it has to be confirmed as to why this move is happening. Or so what they're doing with fiat exactly they want to implement the same thing on crypto. So and again from moving from crypto to fiat and then fiat you can't take out more than 2,000 euros. So it's not yes the partnership is great, Aave is doing great, but MICA regulation is not really helping the people out there. I think it's if anything they're making it more difficult for everybody out there except for the
Got it.
people who are actually launching the protocols there.
Hmm. ठीक है. एक और भी हम काफी ट्रेंड देख रहे हैं कि लाइक पीपल ऑब्वियसली वी आर नॉट गिविंग फाइनेंशियल एडवाइस टू पीपल
No.
कि आप ऐसा करो, बट जनरली पीपल वांट टू नो कि व्हाट आर आवर थॉट्स ऑन द मार्केट की व्हाट डू यू सी ओवर द नेक्स्ट एटलीस्ट 1-2 months हैपनिंग इन द मार्केट्स. तो एक उस पे भी थोड़ी डिस्कशन कर लेते हैं. We'll start with you, Narkundi, because your thoughts are the most important ones, like out of everyone in this whole industry.
They carry the
You're the
most weight.
kingmaker.
Yeah, you're the kingmaker, bro.
आई थिंक ऑलमोस्ट लाइक ये केवल्स की जो 1 मंथ पहले या फ्यू वीक्स पहले बात चल रही थी कि जाएगा जाएगा, इट्स बिकमिंग लाइक अ सेल्फ फुलफिलिंग प्रोफेसी नाउ. एंड जो 98 का टारगेट था वो अब इट्स नाउ डाउन टू 94.5. So for me, I don't want to look at it in terms of weeks. I'd rather look at it in terms of months. And I think now, even on CT, like a whole narrative is coming up. I don't know, narrative or like thought is coming up that, you'll have Bitcoin's IPO moment is here, change of hands is happening. You have to be more patient. So if you want to go into these choppy waters and trade, when everyone thought that 98 would be the bottom, but now we are at 95, good luck. If you're like me, just sit out, let it bleed as much as possible, be in spots, and hopefully in the long run it won't matter.
Wow, thank you so much for that. लॉन्ग टर्म होल्ड, जो भी लॉन्ग टर्म होल्ड कर रहा है, बी केयरफुल. ये दिस
Is that what you got from
in the
short
in the
everything
long,
right now? जा रहा है,
so
65 जा रहा है.
maybe the quantum
It's time
computers
to
are gonna,
trade. It's time
yeah,
to trade now.
it's time to trade short term. Yes,
Yes.
सतोशी
that
वॉलेट
is,
से विड्रॉ करना स्टार्ट हो गया.
yes, that is what the takeaway from this should be. कि opposite of what Narkundi says, but yes, let's go crypto daddy.
अच्छा, my speculation is के देखो मैं तुम लोगों को पहले ही बोल रहा था कि 98K is not the resistance that I or support that I was looking at. I've been saying this over and over, is that in the short term I think 92 to 94K is what I think the target should have been, and today it's touching 94, right? And that's exactly where my short profits were placed in. So today at 94K or 94.5K, I'll be taking in some profits on my shorts, right? And from my understanding is ideally, and it should in the short term move back up. अगर ये 94 से वापस बैकअप करता है about 98K or 100K and crosses 100K back up in the next couple of days, we might see a move back up. अगर ये weekly close 100K या 98K से ऊपर करता है, तो we might see a small move back up all the way till 115K. That's where your major support is, and then we'll see कि वहां से किधर जाता है.
That's
At the
also
same
a
time,
major liquidity at that point. कि a lot of
exactly.
short percentage है.
Exactly. However, if it does break 92K, right? If it does go lower than 92K, that's where I will start maybe, taking in very small positions in short again, because then what I'm looking at is maybe 85 to 88K, right? And
Yeah,
during that time, I might do a little, short-term trades where I'm opening shorts. Again,
word.
just one thing that I want to, again, this is no financial advice, this is just something that I do in managing my liquidation levels, is when I'm opening a trade, right? So if I'm opening a short trade or a long trade, depends wherever I'm opening, whatever the amount. So I don't know how to explain. So the simple is, if I have a 5,000 capital, I'm opening a 10x leverage trade, either long or short, I will not increase my initial margin by more than $500, right? So the reason behind that is basically I open a $500 trade, 10x, that's basically $5,000 equal to my capital. And if BTC does, let's say, goes all the way down to 10,000 also, right? I am still not getting liquidated. I'm still safe in that scenario. It's just that it gives my trade enough room to sort of take that sort of, because the trades that are happening right now, these are very risky trades, right? You don't know where the market's going to be moving, you don't know whether it's going to go completely down or completely move up. But if you want to make small day trades and small, if I want to make small day trades and if I want to make a little money, this is how I make my little money. Okay, you play a $500 on a $5,000 book, and you sort of trade, let's say maybe 5x or 10x, so your liquidations are absolutely way below, and you make your profits and you get out. That's my strategy in the short term. I don't
So
know about long term, but so far it's working.
मैं so from what I was seeing, all the dips, right? ये जो पूरे bull market में मेरे को dips दिखे हैं, those have been of almost about 30%, right? Like we were talking about.
Yeah.
Every
Yes,
every time BTC touched a new high, it dropped about 30%.
30%. Yeah.
That 30% comes to about 30 to 32%. So अगर तू एवरेज मान के चल कि 31% है तो 31% comes to about 88k, 88
Exactly the
90k.
points that I'm looking at.
That,
Exactly.
that is the point. तो अगर if this is just a dip, right, it might just touch that and then close back above or even
Yeah.
below. If it does one weekly close below the 50-week moving average, that is okay. And if
If you remember the
yeah, if it
August
yeah
2024 correction, right, which was from 74 से वो March में शुरू हुआ था correction,
yeah
2024 August, it is the BTC touched 74 and then gradually it moved down and then came back. But the last bottom that we saw was August, I think 5th of August, where BTC touched 49k, right? And that
yeah
day, if you look at the chart that day, you'll see like there's a big wick that came down. We were expecting 40. We were expecting 42k that day. It wicked down to 49 200 or something like that, and then it came back up and then it stayed above that value. So
yeah.
वो होगा यही, अगर वो 30% correction होना भी होगा तो it's going to wick all the way to, let's say, 88k, and then probably move back to 92 and slowly and gradually start moving back up.
So even if it does like one weekly close below the 50-week moving average, right? That is still okay. Like it happens. I've past charts में मैंने देखा है कि it does happen. The thing is कि it
I
should
don't
not be
know.
two weekly closes. Every
Yeah,
time there
because
has
two
been
weekly
two
close
or
below
more,
it, that means you're in a bear market,
two
then
or
it's moving
more,
down.
it may move back up to say 115, 120, even 125, but that is the signal कि टॉप लग चुका है, अब नेक्स्ट जो होगा वो उसके आसपास ही होगा. सो दैट इज, मैं अभी क्या देख रहा हूँ कि इन माय ओपिनियन एंड दिस इज नॉट फाइनेंशियल एडवाइस, फ्रॉम नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स जितना भी डिप करेगा आई विल स्टार्ट accumulating alts at like very
DCA, yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna DCA because I feel keep alts ka bottom is very close, and so I will start. So it has to. It probably might this fill that whole wick जो 10-10 वाला है जो लोग wipe out हो गए, because it normally does. For XRP and all, I am not sure if it would do that. That's like too
So there
much.
are certain to odds that
Yeah,
I don't
there are
think will
certain
have that sort of
even
move down.
your ट्रम्प टोकन एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट आई डोंट नो इफ और, बट मेरा जनरल एक वो है कि मैं ऑल्ट जो है मैं धीरे धीरे करके एक्यूमुलेट करने लगूंगा. स्मॉल पोजीशंस कीप एक्यूमुलेटिंग बिकॉज दिस इज व्हेन टेक्निकली एज पर माय इन्वेस्टमेंट थीसिस कि जब एकदम ही मार्केट ऐसा लग रहा हो कि नहीं कहीं जाने वाली है, दैट्स व्हेन यू शुड स्टार्ट बाइंग अ लिटिल, और जब मार्केट एकदम यूफोरिया हो तो आप सेल करते रहो. दैट इज व्हाट रियलिस्ट.
That,
So, from a BDC perspective, like my point of view has always been that it's going through a change of hands phase, right? And in this change of hands phase, the new variable that was added was the 10-10 movement. And I said this, I think, about 2-3 podcasts before, that because of that 10-10 moment, there are a lot of dead bodies which are now sort of emerging slowly and steadily, because a lot of these so-called on-chain hedge fund-based yield distribution strategies got wiped out. And they are now sort of offloading their positions at whatever price point that they can find, which is why certain alts, whether it's even positions such as ETH, were being unwound at whatever rate that they could probably find. So they were essentially going through their ADL movements. So that was the only sort of new addition. Other than that, fundamentally speaking, I've never sort of commented on what the markets are going to do in a week's perspective. I am still maintaining that we are from, let me put it this way, I'm finding it hard to subscribe to a Dr. Profit's philosophy saying that we are going abysmally low. But again, if it happens, we'll trade the markets which are in front of us instead of what we feel. But my money is on the fact that, and especially on the alt side, right? So I kind of feel that BTC is probably going to have its last shining moment. I was expecting alt BTC pairs to bottom, but I was also expecting BTC dominance to rise. But what we are currently seeing is that uh, even if you look at an ETH, so for example, a BTC fell the certain amount that it did. Let's say it broke through that 100K barrier on the downside. ETH fell as well, but ETH fell back to 3K after rising up to 3,400. So
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
very
yeah,
interesting price
yeah.
action. Ideally, ideally a break of 100K on BTC would have meant a break of 3K on ETH, right?
3K. Yeah.
Effectively,
Yeah.
But it's
right?
Yeah.
holding that.
So,
Also
yeah.
holding
So
the prices.
again,
Yeah.
yeah. So again, this could think. I mean, the industry that we are in, like by the time we are on this podcast next, everything might just change. But I am still of the point of view that the only thing that I found surprising was that fact that BTC dominance did not go up more because I was expecting retail to sort of flock to BTC as a wall of as safe haven because the current sentiment in the market has been very, very bearish. And uh, the reason why I'm ignoring the price action of the last 24 hours is because uh, it's not that sentiment has become more bearish after 24 hours. Sentiment was already bearish pre 24 hours. So it's not that this price action has broken any spirits. The spirits were already
Mm.
broken on 1010, right? So it's
True.
not that any spirit sort of rose up because had that been the case, we wouldn't have seen a Zcash run up. Zcash didn't run up because people were bullish on Zcash. Zcash ran because people were bearish on the altcoin market, right? And
Yeah.
people were shorting Zcash on its way up. So that these are the kind of things that I'm observing. Uh, so 1010 was the only new variable that was added to the entire equation, which kind of altered how we view this whole flight to BTC dominance. Because I was expecting it to be more organic, but I covered this in a previous podcast saying that because it's happening in an inorganic fashion because sales are happening on BTC for all of these dead bodies from 1010 and we are still sort of recovering from that. It wasn't a one-day event. A lot of institutions are still getting unwound as we speak, right? A lot of, like I mentioned, a lot of OTC sellers are also getting unwound as we speak. And they're sort of heading down the road of insolvency. So because of that, that sort of flight to safety is not getting reflected in BTC dominance, which is why we saw maybe like these sprouts up here and there, but BTC dominance was still sort of trading below that 60% mark. But nevertheless, like I mentioned, I'm still on the positive side because the sentiment is such. Like I mentioned, every 10% drawdown and people start calling tops, right? Tops are usually created when at every 10% drawdown, things are supposed to be a buy, right? Which is something that we've seen in alts. The reason why alts have been so bearish for so many years because every 10% drawdown was seen as a golden buy opportunity, right? So which is
Mm.
why alts were in their bear phase, and all BTC pairs are now sort of forming their bottom because now that peak. So now all the bulls are broken, right, on the alt side. Uh, and if you look at BTC, etc., because there's been this strong divergence between BTC and its broader market, so everybody was bullish on alts, and which is why alts were in a bearish market because everybody was bullish on alts, right? No one was holding BTC other than the fact that institutions were buying and
And
OGs were selling, right? Now, if we look at alts, now in alts, everyone is broken. Now you won't find an alt bull. Had that been the case, then everybody would have been like I say, if alts were in if alts were in a bull market right now, we wouldn't have seen the Zcash rally that we've seen because when alts also rise, none of the people who've exited the market after 1010 forcefully or out of dejection or out of complete despair will make money in the initial rises. The initial 5x's will be made by liquidating the shorts on these alts, right?
Yeah.
So which is why because alts were bearish, alts were bullish, it was an alt bear market. Because everybody is now sort of extrapolating that to BTC, saying that because we've gotten fucked in alts, right? Whatever little money we had, I don't know whether we should put it in BTC or not. So now everyone on the BTC side is saying that because alts have been decimated, there is no
Yes.
cycle left. And they are sort of extrapolating that to BTC as well, saying that now, you know what, the bull market is over because we are in the year after the halving sort of leg. So everything is finished. So I think which is why a bear market won't come in BTC as well because on BTC everyone is bearish at every 10% drop, whereas on alts everyone was bullish at every 10% drop. So every 10% drop, people were like, "This is the bottom, dude. Let's go all in." Which is why alts were continuously in a bear market, right? But now I think that part is sort of changing because there are no more sort of buyers left. All the weak hands are sort of out, And on the BTC side, like I said, it's the Nvidia story. Everyone's willing to short every 10% drop, and that kind of makes it hard for me to call a top per se and the change of a cycle. I still kind of feel that money supply is bound to go up. China is going to open its taps. What we are seeing, the kind of statements that we were discussing a couple of days back on how Trump is planning to invigorate the economy by long-term mortgages, so on and so forth. All of these things are historically bullish for any sort of risk on asset class. I'm not just bullish on crypto. I'm saying any risk on asset class, we will see that. So interesting time. So from my perspective, I was positive 2 weeks ago. I am still positive from a long. I mean, and by a long term
Long term
perspective,
good.
I don't mean 3 year. I don't mean 3 year goals. I'm not that delusional. I'm at least talking from
Next
say mid of 2026 perspective.
physics
Yeah,
perspective.
and then we have every reason to be bullish going into 2026.
Got it. Can it be possible ki you're saying ki like the OGs are selling, right? And there has to have a
Yeah,
change of hands, and there are retail will
yeah.
have to move to BTC because they don't feel कि alts में अब कुछ दम बचा है.
I feel that's already happening.
That's
I
already
feel that's already
happening,
happening. Yeah, I feel that's already happening.
or maybe it's not
Or they are
happening
just
at a
out of the market completely.
or maybe it's not happening at a pace or at a price
Exactly. Because
at this
1010 has also
price.
happened. Yes, yes.
At this
Because 1010
price.
has also happened. Because
Got it.
1010 has also happened. So their buys are probably getting overshadowed by all the
Yeah,
insolvency liquidations that are happening.
got it.
Because
Got it.
insolvency liquidations are happening right now. Dead bodies are
Yeah.
coming in.
So,
Hmm.
so that means कि maybe BTC has to go a little bit more lower to for people
Could
for
be.
retail to
Could be.
feel bullish again.
That
Got
is
it.
how it works, bro. It
Retail,
does.
so in my perspective, because so see, retail again, we are talking about retail, we are talking about crypto folks only, right? Because
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
normies
yeah. The
are least
normaries.
bothered.
Yes.
Yeah, the normies are least
Social
bothered about. They
sentiment is
are
at
so
all-time low.
yeah, because they are so bullish on because if Nvidia is rising 10% every month, they have no reason to look at the crypto market, right? So they don't give a
Yes.
damn, right? Obviously, you have the ones who are probably trading meme tokens. That's different, but that's not in big. There's no excess or froth on that side. So normies, I would say, are so dejected, especially the crypto folks are so dejected from alt price action over the past 3 odd years. Not 3 odd years, I would say end of 2023. From 2024, they've been so dejected. So they've been dejected for these past 1.5 or 2 years that they've said fuck you to the altcoin market,
Yeah.
and because they have lost on the altcoin side, they now want to see Bitcoin go into the dumps as well. So every
Yes.
10% drawdown in Bitcoin is everyone shouting for a bear market. So
Got it.
because they are in that mode, because they are already in a loss mode, they are in a loser mode, right?
Yeah.
So
Bro,
every
one
drawdown
thing
they
that
are, yeah.
we need to also look in, this metric was looked at a lot in the earlier years, is new wallet creations and stuff, right? And that basically was the idea was new wallet creation means there are people that are non-crypto moving into crypto, right? And that basically showed us that okay, I know now that sort of varies
Now it
because
doesn't
now you
hold true.
have
You know
like
what, right? Yeah. Because of the end
exactly
of
right.
farmers. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, 14,000
But
wallet
from a
pick up.
central, but from a sex perspective, right? Like let's say Bybit, Bucoin, Binance, right? I'm sure they would have a data of new sort of users onboarding as to how many new users are getting onboarded, Coinbase and all of these guys, right? They should have that sort of data, and that would be very interesting to look at because that will tell us if there is new money from non-crypto people coming into. Because see, why I'm asking this is because I have seen people around my circle who are non-crypto and my friends and family member, right? And in the last couple of weeks, I met them and they're like, I bought ETH at 3,000 when ETH went down. Or somebody tells me, BTC is below 110. I think it's a great time to buy right now. And that's the sort of mentality that normal people who've seen BTC go to 126, right? And this is the same sort of people who I've not the same bunch of people, but the same kind of people I saw these people in 2020, 2018 also, right? 2018, 2019, when BTC was sort of coming back from its $15,000 or $25,000 high, right? And it was coming down, and that is where people were like, "Oh, should I buy BTC at, let's say, $5,000 or $10,000? I think this is a good price, and from here it might go to 50K." And these were people who were your average Joes, not crypto guys, not traders, right? These were people who were 9 to 5 and just wanted to put some saving aside on the corner in something, right? And I think one of these metrics that we need to maybe see if these guys have this kind of metric available is any new onboarding users or stuff like that. That should give us an idea if there is new money coming into the market.
भाई तुम्हें आइडिया लेना ही ना तो अपने ग्रुप में ले लो ना. नरकुंडी is not a trader, ठीक है? He doesn't like to trade.
Yeah.
He's now इस मेंटालिटी में कि प्राइस से मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता, मैं हर दिन या हर हफ्ते का इतना बीटीसी अक्यूमुलेट करता रहूंगा फॉर द नेक्स्ट से 5 years और 10 years व्हाटएवर. क्या आउटलुक है तेरा नरकुंडी? कितने साल?
10 साल के तो पैसे नहीं है, बट
मतलब
maybe
कि
next few months.
ओके.
It's such a
How
broken
easy,
bro. I
I've got
swear
3
to
more
God,
days.
such a broken.
No,
अरे Honey
swear to
XBT
God.
can do like KOLs on $50 trades, but मेरा $30 पे मसल नखरे हैं सब.
ये वैसा है ना, ये एकदम क्या बोलते हैं कि
यही तो है ना.
नहीं, he's one of those
ये-
guys कि मैं एक गाड़ी लूंगा उसको 40 साल चलाऊंगा.
अच्छा, एक और बहुत ही, यानी ये स्टार्टिंग में शेयर करना था, मुझे नरकुंडी ने बोला था, बट हमारे शॉर्ट्स आर लाइक गोइंग क्रेजी. Like we are getting
nice.
amazing views on our shorts and amazing views, and even like if you see the metrics of our podcast, it's pretty much going up. It's up only. So market
We are in a
नीचे
bull
जाए,
market.
yes, market नीचे जाए नहीं जाए या ऊपर जाए नहीं जाए, अपना podcast ऊपर जा रहा है भाई. We're mooning. So
We are rebranding
congratulations
into
to all
a
of you.
meme podcast now.
I'm glad people are finding the Bakchodi interspersed with Gyan useful.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
यही
Like
चाहिए ना.
last-
अगर इस पॉडकास्ट पे अपन खड़े होके हिंदी गाने लगा के नाचने लगे, we'll be number 1 podcast in the whole world. वही
Adil, let's arrange a poll for you, Adil.
yes.
हाँ.
माही वे मलाई का रोरा बन जाता.
Oh, God.
I don't think Gen Z would know that song, to be honest.
Oh yeah, oh shit.
हाँ, दिया ना boomer
अभी-
rap.
I don't think Gen Z has watched Kante.
पिछले century से, no? Not even ये.
Yeah, bro. That
Sorry,
is
अभी
such
क्या
a boomer song now.
उई अम्मा पे नाच तू, उई अम्मा.
Past millennia
Yeah.
से
Yeah.
लेके आया है.
Yes, उई अम्मा पे नाच तू. चल ठीक है.
No idea.
Okay,
But ये
boys.
last 48 hours में we had 2,500 views channel पे.
Whoa.
Last 1 hour
Whoa,
में we
wow.
have 660 views. So every
Wow.
hour we are adding 400,
Yes.
500 views, and
This is all organic.
Let's
Not
create
even
a chart
pushing
for
to-
this. At this
Yes.
rate, where will we be in 30 days?
Oh, 30 days.
Analyze
वो
1
चार्ट
year
में निकाल
And
दो.
then let's create a
वो
follow-up
चार्ट
for
में
it.
वो
Let's
चार्ट
create a poly market
Yeah.
bet on this.
Oh yes,
That's
oh
a good
yes,
idea.
yes. हो सकता है इसी बहाने क्या बोलते हैं और लोग आ जाएं इसको वो करने के चक्कर में, है ना?
yeah, so this is
ठीक
the
है भाई.
first half version of our podcast. You watch the shorts and then you watch the educational content. You know.
And then we get Guruji with क्या बोलते हैं after he's lost weight to do like some dance or something. I don't know. Okay, चलो भाई. Like,
All right.
Guys,
like, shares. क्या हो गया?
No.
You were
Manjaro
sharing
की-
shorts, I guess. No?
Wait. Speaking of
Okay.
weight loss, Monjaro की वजह से cosmetic जो surgery का industry है, that has started booming because now people are feeling more confident with their weight loss. So
To get weight loss.
skin
Oh.
tightening and cosmetic surgery and all, people are blowing up money on that. So there's some
यार, तो
benefit
कुछ
to
मीम भी
Monjaro.
दिखाने वाला था ना, पर तू दिखाया
हाँ,
नहीं
वो
तूने.
भी है. तू सीधा
हाँ.
गुड बाय बोल के जा रहा था.
मुझे लगा हो गया तेरा, तू कुछ बोलते ही नहीं है, चुपचाप बैठा हुआ था.
Yeah,
Behaving
we're talking
today.
about weight loss. So रुक जा. It's very technical part now.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Ooh.
All right. Chalo, say a prayer कि audio and video works. Ready?
Play कर दे
Advan-
भाई. This is what happened at 98K.
Yes. Oh God. Yes.
अच्छा, टॉम क्रूज भी आ गया क्या हमारे?
This is all the buyers right now who think that
Yes.
अभी यहाँ से लॉन्ग करेंगे तो पैसा ही पैसा होगा.
आग दिखी, let's run towards it. Like इसमें कुछ निकल सकता है diamond.
Yes.
Oh, this is so relevant to me.
Yeah, this is
Relevant to many
This
people.
is Narkundi's past. This is how it happened.
maybe present also. बाल बढ़ाता नहीं है ना वो.
ओह, इसका मैं लेके आता हूँ अपने लिए प्रोफाइल. ओके, वेंचर. ओह हो.
Times? 100 times?
More,
200 times?
more,
500 times?
probably.
Everyday conversation with the wife.
Yeah.
Yes.
ये क्या क्या है?
More. Don't make me come visit you. I buy the dip, it dip more. I buy again, it dip even more. Don't make me come visit you.
ये तो गुरुजी की स्टोरी है.
Yes.
Correct.
I think Guruji is causing them. Yeah.
I have no
Everybody
idea.
in crypto today.
कौन सी मूवीज है? I don't watch
Yeah.
Brad Pitt movies. Which
अबे
one?
वो देखना, इसने क्या बोलते हैं कि MM ने अपने लॉन्ग्स क्लोज किए कि नहीं?
I think this looks like
उसने partially close किए. मैं आज उसका देख रहा था. उसने
देख
उसका
रहा
I
था?
think unrealized 9 million का unrealized profit था. He closed 5 million from it, so now he has like 4 million unrealized profits remaining. So probably half
नहीं,
of his book
9
closed.
था कि 7 हो गया था, because last when I was tracking कि इस
हाँ,
लेवल
तो
पे उसका 7 था.
उसने
Yeah.
basically 40 BTC close किया है. So I think half
Right.
से थोड़ा ऊपर और उसने close कर दिया. I think he just has a very small book now that's
Yeah.
remaining. I mean,
Yeah.
small for him.
Small, yeah, obviously. ठीक है भाई. ठीक है, लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब. कंटेंट पसंद आए तो कमेंट्स भी छोड़ना. नरकुंडी को गाली बकनी है. We had a very nice comment where people were supporting Narkundi. So if you want to support Narkundi, or if you want
Justice for Narkundi.
Hashtag justice for Narkundi.
just for Narkundi, but if you want to support him, or if you want to sort of criticize him about the markets, you're most welcome to do so. Thank you
You
so
want
much.
to take opposing position, so you can say Narkundi आया भागो.
Adios, boys.
Or in general,
Adios.
you want to blame him for
Yeah.
the current bear market.
हाँ.
For anything in life, you can blame him for anything in life. कि आपकी बीवी छोड़ के भाग गई तो आप नरकुंडी को ब्लेम कर सकते
आपके एग्जाम में नंबर नहीं आए
तो आप रोड पे चल रहे थे, कीचड़ किसी ने उड़ा के चले गए, तो वो भी आप नरकुंडी को ब्लेम कर.
Maybe he was bullish on your on the cleanliness
Yes.
of your clothes.
Yes.
मेरा फोकस देख रहा होगा तभी.
चलो भाई, adios.
All right. Adios, boys. Take care.
Bye.